Settle down now. We've had a lot of requests. Tons of people have been asking, well, maybe not tons. All right, one guy was asking, how do you animate a superhero that's going to start in a standing position, antic down, and jump up in the air, do basically a somersault over backwards. So let's try it out. Now I've got some paper going here. I already did a drawing of him standing, which I already put a tracing paper, or not tracing paper, but a sheet of paper over him. And here's a little antic pose I did for him to antic down. He is, there's a standing start position, antic down. I'm flipping the paper here. This is how you get to see what kind of movement you're going to do. Using a blue pencil from way, way back in the old days, which is being drawn with paper, which is from way back in the old days. Anyway, I'm roughing in poses of the guy jumping up now. These poses are very roughly drawn, very quickly drawn. They're not anatomically correct all the way through as far as how long is this leg compared to that leg and that arm and all that. They're just very rough poses to show you here's about where the guy's going to be, and here's where his arms are, here's his legs trailing. Now let's put another sheet down and roughen where the next pose after this will be. I'm showing the path of actions that he's jumping up and jumping away from camera as he turns over, basically. So here's his body upside down, coming down to land. And I'm flipping the pages now to see here's the position that he's going to be in, going away from us. Again, very rough drawings. Next time I do this, I'll do it digitally because I know tons of people are clamoring for more digital lessons out there. So here I put a clean sheet down, and this drawing will be the in-between drawing of him turning as he does his backflip. I dare say that people do this all the time, but there are professionals that know how to do backflips. I wouldn't recommend you try and backflip yourself at home unless you've been trained as a gymnast. So here he comes down. Here's the basic in-between of him turning to come down to the ground. I erased his legs to do more of a follow-through with his legs coming through here. And I'm flipping the pages here so you can see some of the basic movement as he comes down. Now let's put another sheet of paper down here. I know, it's real exciting. I know tons of you have been asking about this. Well, here's your chance to watch me do it. There's two drawings. The first is standing. I'm drawing a ground line here so I know exactly where he's going to come down and land. Continue on the top sheet here. So this back line is where his hands are going to land. So here I've got his hands, his arms, as he crunches down, squashes down basically. And how this works with the other drawings, you have to flip the drawings to see. And there he goes. Squashes down. And let's put another sheet of paper over this. And I'm going to take a sip of water. Okay, so now I'm still tracking his general path of action as he's going to go down to land. And here's point of contact to the ground, establishing a ground line across. Here he is squashing down as he lands. Again, this is all very, very rough drawings. A little bit of flipping there. And now I'm going to have him jump up. After he squashes down, he's going to jump up, back towards camera again, and do another flip over, another somersault. There he is jumping up. So path of action line, and a little bit of a curve at the top as he starts to flip. He puts his hands in front of him like he's diving down, and his legs trail up behind him. Here I'm deciding, well, maybe I should spread his legs out as he jumps up. And another sheet of paper. As you can see, I'm going through this very fast and rough. Not very clean drawings here at this stage. They don't have to be. We're just approximating a lot of things here, just to get where things happening, just about where things happening. They'll be cleaned up later. Here, I'm tucking his head in, and his legs come down. His arms are going to come in, and the center of him is going to be his abdomen as he flips over. And now here, another sheet of paper comes down. Can't quite catch the corner of that page to lift that up properly so I can flip these pages. And now I'm going to turn his body over, and his legs come up really fast, and as you can see, his head is tucked in, his arms have turned all the way over. Here I'm showing you the pencil that I'm using to tie down some stuff. It's a Collie Race blue pencil, just so I'm darkening in stuff so I can see it as I put another sheet of paper on top. As I look back on this one now, I see, yeah, I should have lengthened the thigh out a little bit there. So I'm putting in some guidelines and some rough outlines, contours of his limbs here. Probably should have raised the camera up so I could see the entire drawing, but what are you going to do, right? Like I said, I'm just tying down a few things here, darkening it in with pencil, this Collie Race blue pencil. And now erase some of the rough stuff that was on before, because it doesn't need to be there. So let's flip a little bit and take a look at the action as he flips over. Back to the other blue pencil now. This is that Cobalt Hell pencil from Germany. We all wanted these magic pencils back in the 80s. And let's put another sheet of paper down. Let's see what we got here. There's his body flipping over. Next drawing is him coming further down. Now he's flipped over. We see his legs, his torso, and I was going to have that leg more out towards us, but I decided to turn it inwards. Bring his hands down to his knees. And draw his head. This is one of those drawings that I will go back and redo this drawing for sure. But that'll happen in one of the next chapters as we go through cleaning this up and tightening it down even more. And I'll be drawing him in a couple of different styles when I do that, just to show you that anything you rough out, you can clean up in any style that you pick. Here I'm establishing the ground line for where he's going to land as he comes down. And just approximating, here's about where he's going to land. And I'm drawing in the squash pose of the landing at this point. So his legs get crunched all the way down, his head comes down, but I don't draw the head yet. I draw the arms and legs and the torso first, and then attach the head to it after that. Then I start adding some flesh and muscle to the body, to the arms and hands and torso. And one more sheet of paper. This one, I probably have to have him stand up into a more relaxed pose instead of, he can't just, well, he could stay crunched down like that, but that don't look too good. So let's have some roughing in of him coming up into a crouch position, because undoubtedly the reason that he did the somersault was because someone was going to attack him, so now he's got to be ready to attack somebody else. And he's going to go into a more defensive pose, so he's ready for anything. This is the ready for it pose here. Just, well, what's going on? What's happening here? Like I said, when I clean this up, this could be any hero that you want. This could be Daredevil, Black Panther, it could be Spider-Man, it could be anybody. Maybe even a DC hero. I can go back and look at some old DC hero guys to put in here. And so now let's look at some of the drawings here just to see if we got the action just right. And on that note, we will see you the next time we start cleaning it up. Until then, bye-bye.